Hey guys, welcome to How to Write a Life-Changing Book in Less Than 90 Days. I am Naima B. Robert and I am so excited to have you here in this webinar. Let's do it. Now, who is this webinar for? Okay, this webinar is for you if you are a woman who has been dreaming of writing a book, or a woman who is planning to write a book, or if you're struggling to write a book right now. If you have expertise, a powerful message, or an important story to share, and you want to write and publish a life-changing book, this is for you. In the next 45 minutes, we are going to discuss and explore how to get clear on your book's message and why it matters to you to get it out there as part of your legacy. How to build the mindset and habits that will lead you to completing your book faster and easier than you ever imagined possible. We're going to look at how to achieve your dream of writing a book, even if you're juggling work and family commitments. We're going to look at how to write a book that resonates with readers, but has them sending you messages saying how much it has changed their life. And we're going to look at how to ensure you write a book worthy of commercial success that brings financial rewards, creates new opportunities, and builds your credibility and authority. And this is my promise to you. I am going to share with you my 5-step release strategy to enable you to plan, write, and publish your book in 90 days. But before we get to all the good stuff, let me check in with you to see where you're at. Does this sound like you? Do you dream of writing a book to share your message or expertise with the world, but secretly fear that you're not good enough, or that no one will ever want to read what you've written? Do you lie awake at night, knowing that you have a story to tell or a message to share, but just can't figure out how to get started? Have you started writing a book and found yourself procrastinating, making excuses, and losing interest in the whole thing? Did you start writing a book years or months ago and now wonder whether you will ever finish it? And if you do, what on earth you're going to do next? Do you see other women writing books that tell their story seemingly effortlessly and just wonder how they do it? Do you secretly fear that writing and publishing a book is just too daunting, and that no one will want to read your book once it's published? Do you worry that if you don't do something soon, you may never get round to writing your book? If any of that sounds like you, I have good news. None of these things are a real problem. Those are just the symptoms. And we're going to talk about those in just a second. But for now, know this: once you make them, you will have total clarity on how to start writing your book and what steps to take next. You will nail the foolproof methods to getting real results from your writing time and putting an end to distractions and procrastination for good. You'll be able to harness the new, simpler way to completing your book, publishing it, and launching it successfully. You can look forward to the respect and financial rewards that come with being a published author, as well as the new opportunities this will bring, from speaking engagements to workshops, from consulting to collaborations and beyond. And you will know the satisfaction of having made an impact on people's lives and having achieved something most people only ever dream of. Now, before we go too much further, let me introduce myself so that you know who I am and, quite frankly, why you should listen to me. So my name is Naima B. Robert. Yes, that's my name on the front cover of the book there. And I'm an award-winning author of 20 books for children, teens, and adults across multiple genres. I'm the founding editor of Sisters Magazine. I'm also a global citizen, having been born in the UK, raised in Zimbabwe with parents from South Africa, and currently living between Egypt and the UK. So I'm a little bit from all over the place. I'm a mama of 5, and I'm a writing coach and mentor. Peekaboo, that's me over there. So let's go into a little bit about these 5 shifts, okay? Because about 20 years ago, I started writing for children, but it wasn't something that I planned to do. I was pushed to write because I wanted to see my son, who was a baby at the time, reflected in the books we were reading. I saw that there was a need for diverse stories and for new narratives. Our stories were not being told. Our voices were silent. I felt that we were almost invisible. Maybe you've experienced this. In my case, this sense of frustration led me to look into writing and publishing, and it was then that I discovered these 5 shifts. I was able to apply these shifts and see a level of success that eluded the majority of my peers. While other aspiring writers struggled to get published for years, I was able to publish book after book after book, getting stronger every time. And this is it, guys. These shifts will enable you to have the confidence and clarity to write and publish your life-changing book in 90 days. And I'm going to walk you through all 5 of them in this session. Now, I know you ladies want to learn the nitty-gritty of all writing your book and publishing and launching, and we're going to get to that. But first, I have to share a really important point that will make all the difference on your writing journey. The first shift is to give yourself permission. If you are waiting for someone to come along and invite you to write your book, you may be waiting forever. You have to give yourself permission, and then things can start to rock. Like everything else in life, writing starts inside you, with you building that confidence in yourself, in your right to tell this story, in your ability to tell this story. It starts with the belief that you can. Quite frankly, after that, everything else is figure-outable. Now, other experts might have all the fancy tricks and tools, but without getting clear on this first, none of the other stuff works, no matter how technically amazing it is or how seductive the offer is. If you don't make this shift and start believing in yourself, you will never write this book, no matter how great your idea is or how qualified you are to tell the story. It's like that girl who always got great grades in English. Her teachers thought she had so much talent. She scored 100% on every grammar test. Everyone told her that one day she should write a book. She didn't believe in herself. And she thought she wasn't worthy, that she didn't have what it takes to write a book, that even if she wrote a book, no one would want to read it. She allowed fear to paralyze her. And so she never did write that book. Maybe you know someone like that. Maybe that person is you. But was she capable? Of course. But because she was missing that vital ingredient, self-belief, all those language skills, perfect test scores and glowing reports meant nothing. So how do we build up our confidence in order to be able to write and share our message with the world? Just like everything, we start by making a decision to challenge and change our beliefs about ourselves and our abilities. This could be through daily affirmations, or journaling, or becoming aware of your limiting beliefs and replacing them with empowering ones. It also helps to create a safe space for your writing and do what I say, what I call shutting out the noise, writing privately for a while until you're expressing yourself freely. The main point is you must start by giving yourself permission. Giving yourself permission to write, giving yourself permission to write this book. Everything else will flow from there. Now, the second shift is, it actually doesn't matter what you write about. Now, I'm going to drop a truth bomb on you guys here, okay? Most of you listening to this webinar will never finish writing your book. Most of you listening to this webinar will never finish writing your book. Statistics show that 97% of writers never actually complete their project. That's 3% who actually complete the book. And let's not even talk about publishing. So how do you avoid being in the 97%? And what is the one thing you need to get clear on? Your why. Why do you want to write? What is the deeper meaning? What is the bigger picture? When you get clear on why this book matters to you, why it is important, it will no longer be a hobby, side hustle, or a nice to have. It will become non-negotiable. And when your goal is non-negotiable, you start to show up differently. You commit. You start to take yourself seriously. You start to make working towards your dream a priority, and you don't stop until you win. And just know this, wanting to write a book someday will not help you achieve your dream. Someday does not exist. There is only today, and it is the decisions you make today that will propel you forward towards making your dream a reality. Getting clarity on your why will make you unstoppable and will ensure that you join the 3%. Have a think now on your why. What is it that you want to achieve with this book? Is it a long-cherished dream? Is it a desire to leave a legacy? Or do you believe it will be a fulfillment of your potential? Is it a desire to contribute to a narrative, to change a narrative, or to disrupt a narrative? Is it an awareness that your personal experience has a greater significance and can be a source of light for others? For me, my memoir and writing my memoir from my sister's lips was born of a desire to share the truth of my life, to correct misconceptions, to facilitate understanding and appreciation for me and for others like me. It was bigger than me, far, far, far bigger than me. And it wasn't easy. But when I got clear on my why, that goal became non-negotiable. Whether I had young children, which I did at the time, whether I had to juggle the babies and housework and travel and all sorts of other responsibilities, I knew that this book had to happen. And I believe it was my belief in myself and also the clarity that I had on why I needed to write this book that enabled me to kind of shut out the noise, make arrangements for the kids and actually write that book. So let's go on to my favorite shift. And this shift is the kind of shift that they call seismic. Shift number 3 is a powerful new path. Okay, now, the old way of getting published was like this. Bear with me here. Start with a vague dream that someday you'll write a book. Tinker with your book on and off for months or even years. Waste time agonizing over whether your story is good enough to share, whether you're good enough to write it, whether anybody will ever read it. Spend years submitting to publishers you just don't want to know. Years again and months facing rejection multiple times. Self-publishing, if you decide to go that way, what shall we say, a subpar manuscript? Not necessarily your best. Not necessarily the best reflection of your message or your story. Okay, and then launching with a few posts on your Facebook page, getting minimal sales and barely a fizzle of excitement. And then ending up with a book that it really is a poor reflection of your message and just does not make the impact it should. And in the end, being too embarrassed to show your book and letting it die a quiet death. Now, this is the old way for many people who dream of writing a book. It's the old way, and we're done with the old way because there is a powerful new path. And this new path looks a little something like this. Commit, connect, complete, release. As you can see, I call it the release writing method. That powerful new path looks a little something like this. The first thing you do is commit. You make a decision. You make the decision to share your message with the world and finally write that book, and it becomes non-negotiable. The next step is to connect. In this stage, you get clarity on your message. Drill it down, dial it in. Get clarity on your reader and on your vision for this book, even if it all seems like a total mess right now. The next step is to complete. And the wonderful thing is that we leverage apps and online technology to help you crank out your book in 12 weeks instead of 12 months or 12 years, okay? And then we release. Publish it yourself. Take the power that we have been given. Publish it yourself in total confidence and freedom, and launch with a proven strategy to get attention, make an impact, and maximize sales. And that's what we call the release method. Okay. Now, I want to share a little bit of a story with you. One of my clients, Baraka, she came to me and she'd been nursing a book idea for years, but had never fully committed to it. She was filled with self-doubt and fear, and she kept procrastinating. When she finally did commit, she wrote a book about project management that was, shall we say, average. When we started working together, however, I saw immediately that she wasn't digging deep enough. So I coached her to get clear on the why. Remember the committing stage? Yeah. And what she truly wanted to share with her readers. As her coach, I pushed her to write from a place of authenticity. And simultaneously, we started building her author platform and preparing for her launch. Now, the good news is, 3 months later, she had done just a phenomenal amount. And that looked like this. She had built a mailing list. She had increased her social media following. She was published in several media outlets. Her launch was a huge success, and she started making a profit a couple of weeks later. She's now getting ready to launch her high-ticket coaching package off the back of the book, and she made her first TV appearance a few weeks ago. And the best thing is, she gets messages every day from all over the world, from women and men who have made huge life changes as a result of reading her book. And those messages that you get from readers, they just make everything worthwhile. It is pure gold. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's take a quick recap of where we are so far. So we've got shift number 1, give yourself permission. No one can give it to you. You have to give it to yourself. Shift number 2, it doesn't matter what you write about. That's the amazing thing. Shift number 3, the secret weapon, that's the powerful new path. Now let's move on to shift number 4. And this is going to kill you because 10 minutes a day is all you need. Yes, that's what I said. You can write a book in just 10 minutes a day because 10 minutes of laser focus on just writing, no editing, no making changes, no reading back over, no checking the internet or your phone or Facebook. Those 10 minutes of laser focus can have stunning results. Okay, because the reality is this: writing without a plan, without a structure, without deadlines is a surefire recipe for wasted time, frustration, procrastination, and ultimately unfinished manuscripts following you throughout your life. However, if you have a detailed plan of what you're going to write about, it is possible to write a large amount of words in as little as 10 minutes. And these minutes do add up. Check this out. If you can write 300 words in 10 minutes, you can write 2,100 words per week. In 10 weeks, that is 21,000 words. If you work up to 500 words, you can write 3,500 words a week. That is 35,000 words in 10 weeks. A decent length for a non-fiction book, I can tell you. And this reminds me of another colleague of mine, Saida. She was running a business, taking care of a young family in a home, and she was studying for a PhD. Okay, so from the outside, she did not have time to write a book. But she made a decision to write her book based on her coaching principles that year. And she made a commitment. She made a commitment to writing at the edges of the day, before the kids woke up, after they went to bed, every single day. And day by day, her word count grew. And in a few months, she had completed her first draft. Now, she chose to publish it online as an ebook, and within a few days had thousands of downloads and thousands of new subscribers to her mailing list. And the best thing about that, and the takeaway from that, is that you don't have to put your life on hold or run away to a weekend retreat to write your book. Oh, and as a side note, with our case study, say that in the end, from all those thousands of new readers and new people that had come into her universe, she did very well upselling them to her high-end coaching program. So that was a win too. You simply need to dedicate at least 10 minutes a day to actually writing, and you will see that word count grow. So the fifth shift, very important, is invest in coaching. Now, writing can be extremely isolating. Stuck inside your head, inside your story, tied to your laptop or your notebook, the writer's journey can be a lonely one. And sometimes the only company we have are the voices in our head. You know those voices telling you, oh, you're not good enough, this is trash, you could have said that better, delete this and start again, it's not perfect, this is too hard, you are not good enough. Sound familiar? What you need, instead of those voices, instead of the inner mean girl, is a champion, an advocate, a cheerleader, a mentor, and a supportive community of like-minded individuals all working towards the same dream. I can speak from my own experience, having invested thousands of pounds in my own development as a writer, as a teacher, as a coach, and it has paid for itself many, many, many times over. And now, my clients and my students get to benefit from what I've invested in myself. And really, investing in mentoring is investing in yourself, in your own mindset, in your support system, in your skills, in your book, and eventually in your legacy. It means that you're investing in writing the very best book you can. It means you're investing in sharing a top quality, world-class book that is worthy of your message, your name, and your personal brand. And this is really how mentoring works. You get the commitment, you make the commitment, you set yourself a deadline, you make a plan. You have consultation, and in the consultation, we break down your book idea, why you're writing the book, your vision for the book, and who you're writing it for. You then get clarity on the content of your book and on the message that you're sending. And then you connect. You connect with yourself as the author, and you connect with your eventual reader, and you connect with the topic of your book. And that commitment plus consultation, where you get the support and feedback that you need, adding to the clarity that you now have on your book and your message, leading to the connection with what you really need to write this book, this amazing book, this book that the world is waiting for. All of those, the commitment, the consultation, the clarity, the connection, all of that leads to completion. Leads to completion and release. And that's what you need, really, to release your book. So whether you're writing a book to share your personal story, to spread a message, or to share your expertise, investing in mentoring means that you're ensuring that what you put out into the world is the very best reflection of who you are and what you stand for. So find the best mentor out there and spend what it takes to work with them. You will not regret it, trust me. So guys, today I promised that I would show you how to get clear on your book's message and why it matters to you to get it out there as part of your legacy. We also looked at how to build the mindset and habits that will ultimately lead you to completing your book. I said I would share how to achieve your dream of writing a book, even if you're juggling work and family commitments and think you just don't have the time. I said I would show you how to write a book that resonates with readers, that has them sending you messages saying how much it has changed their life. And then how to ensure you write a book worthy of commercial success, that brings financial rewards, creates new opportunities, and builds your credibility and authority. And really, this is what you need to succeed. Give yourself permission. Remember that it doesn't matter what you write about, but why. Shift that powerful new method. Remember that 10 minutes a day is all you need. And invest in mentoring. And so now you have a choice. You can either remain stuck in overwhelm, procrastination, and fear, and just dream of writing a book someday, where you risk getting delayed and losing interest in your book, feeling that sense of powerlessness and shame as you see your dream fading into the darkness. And then that regret. You could have done that. You could have written that book. You should have written that book. And worst case, sort of ending your days knowing that you had so much more to give, that you had something really special to share with the world, and you didn't. Or you can get renewed confidence. You can recommit to your dream. You can connect with your why and what it is that you want to write about and for whom. You can leverage a proven system to commit to and complete your book. You can publish your own book and publish it strong, publish it confident that this is a life-changing book. You can build your tribe of readers and launch to them, and you can leave a legacy worthy of you and your message. And I invite you just to imagine with me for a second, just for a few seconds. You just close your eyes and picture yourself holding your book in your hands. Your name on the cover. Feel the weight of it in your hands. Smell the pages, the fresh new pages. Imagine yourself at a gathering that you have arranged to launch this book, to introduce it to the world, to celebrate its birth. Think of who will be there. Think of their faces, every one of them holding a copy of your book. Look at the pride on their faces, the happiness, the joy. How do you feel? Do you feel the sense of accomplishment, the satisfaction, the gratitude? Do you feel it welling up? Do you feel it welling up when one person after another comes forward and congratulates you and tells you, I've started reading it and I already connect with you and your message. It's already changing me. It's already moving me. It's already one of my favorite books. And then every one of those people taking a book or two with them out into the world, out into their lives, reading it on the train, reading it on the bus, reading it before bed, connecting with your words, with your message, with your story, connecting with you. And then when they lend the book to friends or they buy copies as presents for people in their circle, people who don't know you, people who will never know you, people who would never even recognize you if they saw you on the street, being touched by your words, connecting with your message, connecting with your story, connecting with you. How do you feel? That's what it feels like to plan and write and publish a life-changing book. It's life-changing. It will change your life. It will change the lives of people around you. And it will change the lives of others, of your readers and the people around them. And if that's what you want, here's what I have for you. My team and I have set aside some time in the next 48 hours to speak to you personally about how you can apply these 5 shifts to your book project and start making real progress today. Making progress towards your dream. Whatever your biggest challenges are, we've seen them and we know how to overcome them. On the session, we'll work with you to craft a step-by-step game plan to turn your dream of writing a life-changing book into a reality. And the cost is absolutely free. Now, this offer is only open to certain people. So who this is for, you must be serious about wanting to write a book this year. You must have a non-fiction book idea that you feel strongly about. You must be prepared to put in the work necessary to write an outstanding book. And if this is you, I invite you to book a session now. Now, why are we doing this? I'll tell you why I'm doing it. And that's because I believe in paying it forward, in giving back. I've been down this road multiple times, and I love helping women find their voice and help them make their dreams a reality, because I know the power of that dream coming true. Plus, I know that you might want my help to write and publish your own life-changing book. And if so, we can just discuss it to see if it's a good fit for both of us. And if no, that's fine too. So I invite you now to book a space to speak to me, speak to a member of my team. Here is the link. It's bit.ly/bookbreakthrough. Spaces are really limited, so do book now. After you follow this link, you will be invited to book a space on the calendar, and then you will be asked just a few questions to understand you and your book idea better. And trust me when I say, this will be the most valuable 45 minutes that you have invested in your book so far, because we're going to get you that clarity. When I've been working with clients, one of my clients comes to mind actually, and she had a dream of writing a book for teenagers. And she had been working with teenagers, and she had had a book idea for years really, but she did not know how to get started. And when we spoke, we managed to get her such clarity that she was able to go away and come up with the entire outline for her book. She got clear on the type of teenager that she was writing for, because before that, it was all a blur, to be honest. She knew she wanted to write, she knew she wanted to write for teens and some kind of self-help uplifting thing. When we got on the call, she was able to really drill down and get clear on which type of teenager she was really speaking to. What was the true message that she had to share with them, and what did she have at her disposal to be able to bring that message and emphasize that message and really amplify that message inside the book. She was then able to go off, get her book outline, start interviewing teens, and get on with it. And she is on course to finishing that book over the next couple of months. We were able to move her through the release strategy, you know, our 5-step release strategy, and she came out of it with the clarity that she needed. And that's really what I hope for you. So if you think this is right for you, if you think this could be a game changer for you, and if this is speaking to you right now, then please follow the link. You may see the link on the screen. Just type it into your browser. You may see a link somewhere around this page as well if you're watching the replay. But please, book a session with me. Let's talk. Let's get onto the same page. let's get you moving towards achieving that dream. It has been my pleasure to share this time with you. I look forward to speaking to you in our call. For now, remember to hold on to your dream. It's doable. You can do it. And I want to help you get there. So I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for now. Bye.